Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well. So I'm on today to share a quick reading. It's just going to be some direct messages for the Divine Masculine Collective because I'm sensing that many of them are getting ready to move out on their own or live on their own. It's a big change for many of them. And you know, what the Divine Feminine Collective may not realize is that a lot of these Divine Masculines stay in certain karmic situations because, you know, they too are afraid to be alone, Divine Feminines. And that comes from being made to feel like they can't take care of themselves, okay? And from the masculine's perspective, it's like they struggle with independence too when they are in karmic relationships, okay? So just because a man makes a lot of money, it doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't fear having to be independent, because a lot of the times for the Divine Masculine's experience, like they will be told or convinced by karmic partners or situations that, you know, they can't take care of themselves, they can't cook for themselves, they can't do their own laundry, they can't clean up after themselves, stuff like that. And what it ends up doing, it ends up boxing in these masculines to stay in these particular types of situations because they feel like they need someone there to take care of them. Otherwise, they won't know how to do it for themselves. And if that resonates for you guys, then I feel like this is a strong message for the Divine Masculines to start gaining independence as well. Many of the Divine Feminines have their own experiences around independence, and you could see how the lessons are reversed, where many feminines are having to earn money and because they can already, you know, do these sort of preconceived roles in terms of like what a woman is able to do, like cook and clean and, you know, take care of a household and stuff like that. I mean, I know things are changing, but definitely for some masculines, they're actually living out this template. So don't be afraid, Divine Masculines. Don't let anybody box you in. It just takes practice. It's going to take learning how to use your laundry, you know, like turning on the washer and dryer and stuff like that. Cooking for yourself. And today it's become so much easier because if you sign up to like one of those prepared meal services, like I use Good Food here in Canada, but I'm sure there's like HelloFresh or I don't know, there's so many other meal preparation services, but they drop off menus and everything prepared for you to cook. So there, you know, you don't have to be in that state of like, if I decide to make a decision for myself, I'm not going to be able to survive or be without anyone, because you're being pushed to do these things for yourself, take care of yourself, buy your own clothes, like, or shop for your own clothes, sorry. Just, you know, do things that many masculines may be, you know, not so open about in their connection with their Divine Feminines. Hell, they may not be able to even narrow down that it's like, wait a second, I did not realize that that was holding me back. And yeah, it's stuff like that that ends up holding you back or keeping you stuck or feeling like you're locked in. So many masculines with children, you guys are being guided to spend more one-on-one time with them. Take them out on your own, individually, like, you know, take your kids out for ice cream at the end of the day or on the weekends, or, you know, take them out to do an activity, or you organize a day where, you know, you decide how you guys are going to spend the day. And because maybe in certain situations you might always leave that up to your partner to do and you're just kind of there taking orders or just going along with whatever the schedule is. And again, that makes you feel like in some ways that you just don't have control when it comes to making decisions for yourself. All right, so that's just a heads up for, you know, any masculines who might be embarking on this journey, but you guys might feel afraid or it might seem like it's scary. But yeah, taking care of yourself when you're on your own and doing things that maybe before like your parents would have done or your mom would have done for you, and then you jump straight into like a marriage where all of a sudden your wife or your partner, girlfriend takes over these responsibilities. So you never quite learn that lessons of being independent and taking care of yourself and not relying on anybody to fulfill your needs. Because yeah, just like with the feminine, the masculine also experience bouts of, you know, these types of insecurities that they feel in certain relationships. And it's a very real thing where it's like, you know, you feel stuck, or it makes you want to stay because you're so afraid to be on your own, having to do those things for yourself. So yeah, masculines, get into the habit of just being more active around your home, playing a more active role in your house, doing dishes, cooking meals, you know, all of that good stuff, where again, you don't necessarily have to rely on someone else to do it. And in turbulent times, you won't have to feel threatened by anybody if they use that as some kind of leverage over you. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get some direct messages here from the numerology deck. Yeah, same with the feminine reading. Nature's coming out. The divine feminine's got the go outside or go outdoors card from goddess Cordelia, and the masculines are also getting the nature card. So there's something about spending time alone and making sure that you're doing it outdoors in nature, because nature will have the ability to boost your immune system, your nervous system, give you the reset that you need in order to think clearly, just feel a little bit more healthy and less foggy in your thoughts. Okay, so get out in nature. Take your jogs out there, start going for morning walks, take your kids out to the park more often, make sure they're getting fresh air, okay, because that's going to be really, really beneficial right now to helping you think about these things that we're talking about here when it comes to independence, okay? All right, so spiritual partnership. I feel that many of you divine masculines are wanting to make these types of changes, like go out on your own and live on your own and do these things for yourself, because it's your relationship with your divine feminine that is prompting you to do this, because you recognize it as a spiritual partnership. It's like you two don't even have to be together for you to be experiencing these beautiful types of changes. And I feel for many masculines, like you're very grateful to have met your feminine, because even though you two may not be in some kind of like romantic relationship right now, or you're not together, whatever the case is, on a spiritual level, like you're looking at her and you're learning from her and you're seeing the similarities in your journey. She's going through a lot of things that you're going through, divine masculine, except it's a mirror effect. So many of you are just really starting to slow down and think very clearly about how to take control back over your life. And I think that many of you want your feminines to know that you're moving into seeing this relationship with her, this connection to her, as a spiritual partnership, meaning this is a lifelong connection. I think I shared that on Patreon, but it's a lifelong connection with you two. And now many masculines are just spending time being a hermit and spending time being the hanged man and trying to see this connection differently. And a lot of them are experiencing a lot of regret, divine feminine, for the way that they approach the connection. But they're able to see that it was meant to happen as a way for them to see the unhealed parts of themselves. And you trigger this more than anything else, divine feminine, because let's say when they treat you indifferently, or they're cruel to you, or they break your heart, like whatever these lessons contain, they feel the most regret when it comes to you, divine feminine, and it triggers awakening, it triggers change. Okay, so they're very much seeing this as a spiritual relationship at this time. And you're bang on, divine masculine, if you guys are resonating with that message, or you're starting to see your twin flame connection or your divine feminine as like some kind of spiritual partnership here. You guys are definitely growing and learning from each other. You're on the right path, okay? Okay, one more card. Okay, so we have adventure coming out. So I feel that many of you are definitely embarking on adventure. 55 signals a lot of changes too that are coming up, and I feel like the changes are you guys moving out on your own, experiencing again independence for the first time. Yes, many of you know how to make your own money, you have your own car, you know how to get around, but when you walk through that door, there's a level of anxiety about who's going to do the laundry, who's going to cook the meals, you know, who's going to make the morning coffee, like all of these things. You are more than capable of managing your time well, divine masculines, to get these things done and to make sure that you're doing it. And even like making sure that you guys are getting into the habit of like taking care of your kids this way, right? Many of you are not used to bouncing out of bed early in order to do that, because maybe your partner gets up and the kids have already had breakfast, and you know, lunch is already packed, laundry already done. And it's like oftentimes when you get into conflict, you might find that you're just like stuck or someone has you by the hands, because it's like, well, who's going to do all these things? So you guys got to get into the habit of being proactive and doing these things so that you don't feel so powerless, okay? So you're embarking on a new adventure of just changing things up in your life a little bit, and the universe is trying to tell you that it will be fun. It seems a little bit overwhelming now, but it'll be an adventure once you start getting the hang of things, because the level of freedom that you will start to feel when you become fully independent with taking care of all of your needs, it's an amazing feeling. Welcome the changes, because there is a lot of doors wanting to open for you in terms of going after the spiritual partnership that you're thinking so much about lately. All right? I hope you guys found this reading well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one.